This video is brought to you by Clean My Mac X, the all-in-one package to clean your Mac and make it run like it did on day one. What's up, Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. Now, I want to ask you all, are you ready for a future where Macs aren't using Intel processors anymore? Because that could be happening sooner than you think. In the latest macOS 10.15.4 beta, references to a number of new AMD microprocessors were spotted in that beta. And that means Apple could be preparing to make the switch to AMD processors in future Macs. Now, we know that Apple and Intel partnered up back in 2005 when the Fruit company made the switch from PowerPC chips and then jumped on board with Intel, but it wasn't an easy transition for users at the time. Trust me, I was there. But we've heard plenty of rumors that the big picture goal is for Apple to one day use ARM chips like the ones in its iPhones and iPads and then move them eventually into its own Macs. Even some of the latest iPhones have matched the processing power of entry-level 13-inch MacBook Pros. And then, if you think that was crazy, there was even some recent buzz that the new A14 chip for the iPhone could make the iPhone 12 or whatever they call it as powerful as a 15-inch MacBook Pro, which would be wild. Now, Mac user _RowGame on Twitter revealed multiple references to AMD chips in the latest macOS beta. And you can see the list here with mentions of Navi, that's AMD's GPU architecture, alongside Picasso, Raven, Renoir, and Van Gogh. Now, AMD's Navi GPU isn't a surprise because they have supported AMD graphics in products like the recent Mac Pro, but what stands out here is the other names are for AMD Accelerated Processing Units, or APUs. These are packages that include both a CPU and GPU combined. Now, Van Gogh, that was referenced for the first time back in November, but with the listing of other chipsets, it's starting to point to Apple supporting at least one future Mac with AMD chips. And you think about it, if Apple decided to go with an AMD APU, then Intel, they'd be on the outs because the chipsets aren't compatible with each other. And this would be a first for Apple to move completely to AMD processors. But this also could be, maybe a preventative move. We haven't heard rumblings that Apple is necessarily unhappy with Intel, but if they're ditching Intel, they really do need some transitional plan. So maybe they end up sticking with AMD longer term, and a Mac with an ARM processor is just a lot further away than we think. I mean, we don't really know this. AMD chips have been looking more and more attractive, with AMD making performance strides over the years and even leapfrogging Intel with their Threadripper 3990X that is breaking CPU performance world records. Plus, the Ryzen lineup brings performance at a better value. Now, Apple revamped their cooling in the new MacBook Pro 16-inch, but we've seen how Intel chips tend to get pretty hot under heavy workloads, and Apple had to even throttle its Intel chips for the 15-inch. Now, at the end of 2019, there was a rumor from Taiwan that claimed that Apple is planning to launch an Esports centric gaming PC in 2020 with a price around $5,000. This is just a rumor, but according to their supply chain sources, it could be an all-in-one iMac-like design gaming PC or a large screen gaming laptop. Now, the report says the announcement is expected to happen at WWDC in June this year. And yes, this is a rumor report. But let's say if Apple is really going in this direction, and it would be a surprise to me for them to actually do this, but if they do, it does make sense that AMD would be the processor family to incorporate in their machines. And maybe that's what kind of kickstarts this transition. They would have to tweak macOS a little to make it compatible, but Intel and AMD are using a very similar chip architecture, and it wouldn't be nearly as big of a task compared to when they went from PowerPC to Intel chips. This is still all speculation, and at the very least, we know that Apple is maybe testing them internally with no concrete plans to use them. It's in the code. But if you're really buying into this and you are all in on these theories, then you're thinking that Apple is prepping themselves to move away from Intel chips and jump on board with AMD for their entire Mac lineup moving forward. Reality is that at this moment, these are just references in the software and nothing more. But, we've never seen this before, and that's why the whole idea of Apple switching over to AMD chips is really intriguing right now. So we'll just have to see how this all plays out. And WWDC, if you believe the reports, is going to be a good target to see if anything changes on the Mac front. All right, thanks again to Clean My Mac X for sponsoring this video. It's the all-in-one package to clean up your Mac, and I've been using it from way back with one click, you can clean up and then fine tune your Mac in a click to delete years worth of system junk. You can see it even helped me clean up over 8 gigs of stuff I didn't need. With Clean My Mac X's anti-malware protection, you can remove undeletable apps and extensions, protect your Mac from real-time attacks, locate background apps, disable memory-demanding apps, delete junk and large hidden folders, plus remove malware, adware, and viruses. It found a piece of adware that I didn't even know was on my machine here too. Plus, it speeds up your Mac and makes it more responsive. And then, with the Clean My Mac X menu bar widget, it lets me access all the essential tools that I need. It works as this kind of mini dashboard, monitoring your Mac's every need and then giving you direct access to its tools. I probably check out the trash and then peek at my CPU and memory usage the most. Now, it saves you trouble of loading up this app itself to see what's happening. There's a free demo for you to try out all of its tools, and all you have to do is click on the link in my description to download it. If you decide to keep it, an annual subscription is just under $35. So Clean My Mac X helps keep your Mac safe, protected, and running like new for the long run. All right, everybody, if you like this video, thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my videos when they drop. And if you want more Apple goody goodness, check out my weekly AppleBits XL audio podcast where we go for a deep dive into these stories and more with special guests. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. See you.